to the Legal Aliens podcast. I am Abi Sanchez.
I am Iasel Gonzalez.
And in the studio, we have a special guest. My best friend in the entire world. Who I didn't even know was back in town because I ain't talked to him in 6 months. Like a real best friend. Give it up for Calvin Evans, everybody.
Hey, man.
Welcome to the show.
I left a message on your post like, man, I'm come check you out.
Oh, yeah, you did. And I was like, tickets ain't free. He's like, nah, I'll see you next time I come back. Well, no, because people were asking for comps, and it's like, well, we have limited space anyway, so why give it away to free? Let's just get people. Oh, the show we're talking about is, nice segue. This guy, look, that's why we brought him in here.
Yeah, we needed that.
Segue champ. This Wednesday and Thursday at Joe's on Wheat Street, Rooftop Patio, comedy presented by Mikey O.
You excited?
I am, actually, because it's just, I like headlining.
I like making the most money.
Yeah. I like being the end. I like doing the most time, and I'm nervous
Top
though
bill.
because I don't know how much time I'm supposed to do, but it was hard remembering them jokes the very first time. So when you did comedy, like when was the last time?
Oh no, I was doing half hours on Instagram.
Right, you weren't doing Instagram live half hours, right? Like all new material, just like all shit.
Every episode.
Like you were doing it live?
Yeah. So I go live on Facebook. I was calling them Dirty 30s. It was just like I gotta get these thoughts out.
Come see your stories. The stories were hilarious.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, for sure. But
yeah, your motivations. Is that what?
Yeah. Those are funny as fuck.
For those that don't know, Calvin likes to get topless. And
let me stop you.
This guy, man.
Let me stop you. There's no such thing as a topless man.
Okay, he likes to go
a man. That's
okay.
like men do not wear tops, and we do not go topless.
Only bottoms wear tops. Okay, so Calvin will go shirtless and tell you that you suck, and honestly, a lot of people need to hear that.
Yeah,
especially in this
it's
day and
always
age.
with a straight face too.
Yeah, it's like it's with a nice ass face. Like, hey,
you suck.
You ain't shit.
You suck. Like, give up. Like, cause I started doing that because I feel like we comedians and you kind of have those thoughts of like that self doubt.
Yeah.
And some people need to block that out. That's what motivation is for. Hey man, you push through. But some people like no. That self-doubt is real, and you need to acknowledge it and act on it. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like it's a lot of people. I'm trying. My goal and motivations was to get people out the way.
Yeah.
Like it's somebody that's fucking amazing, and it's 10 of you in a way. And you need to just stop this because they could that person that got it, they could take off real fast if you just get out of line.
Get the fuck out of the way, please.
Just get out of line.
Bye-bye. Get out of line.
Like just go to the bathroom for a second and just let somebody else jump up, and then let's handle that the right way. But no, that shit was those shits are funny as hell though.
Thank you.
Oh,
that and funny, my other favorite thing he does on Instagram is the hotel room reviews.
Man, hotel reviews.
When you he walks through the room with the camera and just like, look at this bullshit, and just fucking breaking down the art. Have you been banned from a hotel yet?
No, man. I actually was crazy.
You would get more recognition for doing that shit.
Because at the time I was like doing colleges and I was like working. I was working a lot, so I was on the road a lot. So I was staying in the best hotels, and I was staying in the worst hotels. So you kind of got like a range of.
I stayed in the Super 8 not too long ago, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go get that sleeping bag out of the car, and just sleep in that because I was like, I don't know what's on this bed. You know what I'm saying? Like,
when you got there, you were like already like grossed out, or just like you're sitting on it and like,
because when you walk into like a cheap, there's like that. There's no air that gets circulated in the room, so it's just stale the minute you walk in. It's like they didn't do nothing to it. It's just the carpet, just whatever happens with the carpet.
Smells like your first apartment and shit.
Yeah, like you just perpetually living in a basement apartment with no windows.
Cigarette and frijoles.
Yeah, and you get cigarette burns in the pillows. Like, damn, for real. Like,
man.
There was one I stayed in. Like, I got to the room and there was a lady standing outside, and then. I'm like, what the fuck she doing? And then I saw a dude come out with another lady. I'm like, oh, she was just watching, checking out, or being a lookout for this guy to like finish up with this prostitute.
Oh shit!
And I was like, all right. I'm like, I just go back. I just go to my room, like, because I hate those rooms that open up to the street.
Oh yeah, like you had like the motel,
like a Red Roof Inn type shit. Yeah. As soon as you open the door, it's like street. Like, oh, come on.
But the worst shit is when because I stayed at a motel. not Red Roof Inn. I stayed in the Red Roof Inn and fucking what was I? I can't even remember what state I was in. And it was just people like hanging out on the balcony like they live there, like just congregating on the balcony. Like, what are you? This is a hotel. What are you doing?
Clothes and shit hanging out to dry.
Bro, I did a show in Louisville, and the dude was like, "Yeah, I'll put you up in a room." He put me in a room. It was a straight up like murder motel, like the backdrop B-roll for Unsolved Mysteries type shit. You know what I'm saying? Where it's just like, I go out and there's a fucking cut open 2 liter full of water, like 2 liter Mountain Dew that they're using as an ashtray. I'm like, how fucking long were people staying here? Like, and there's a lot of butts in that shit, but it was just a cut up Mountain Dew. I'm like, I'm in this.
That is
and nobody thought to clean that up.
Nah, and it's one of those rooms like you just can't sleep. You're just like, you know what? I'm gonna try to get the minimum I can so I can drive home without being tired. And like, I probably went to sleep like around 3, woke up at 6. I was like, all right, let me just get the fuck on the road. Like, I ain't checking out. The key had one of those big ass things attached to it, like
plastic.
Yeah, it had like a diamond in it, but fucking 207. I'm like, what the fuck? How am I even carry this thing?
J.R. Smith should be hearing this shit right now.
Huh?
J.R. Smith should be hearing this shit right now.
Did you see that shit with J.R. Smith?
Oh wow,
bougie ass.
He was on IG, fucking complaining about the room, the bubble that they're saying, the Disney shit, and then he get halfway through, he gets a text message from the NBA, and they're like, stop that.
Cut that shit out, bro.
And he's like, okay.
He's like, do me a favor, shut the fuck up.
He just got on the team.
I know.
Yeah.
Like he been out the league for like
he was
a
out
minute.
beating up looters, got fucking called up.
Oh yeah, he was on the street whooping that dude's ass, right? I guess somebody fucked with his car.
The weakest beatdown ever from a 6'7" fucking person, bro.
I mean,
the guy walked away afterwards.
I mean, what do you want him to do? Murder him?
What was he?
I guess some dude fucked with his car or something like that. He parked his car, and I think he might have
like a Rodeo driver.
Yeah,
like
they fucked with his car, and he just went after him and started whooping his ass on the street,
just giving him the business. But then dude got up and was like, like my bad. And I was like, dang, he walked away. I was like,
see, he
needed chin, man.
He needed Ron Artest or what's my man name?
Steven Jackson.
He needed one of them motherfuckers.
Yes,
just
with the one-hitter quitters.
Last real enforcers, right, in the NBA. Like people that you just didn't fuck with.
Yeah, like Jermaine O'Neal, like all them dudes. Like after that brawl, like the NBA just slowly got soft.
They put everybody in suits. Mm-hmm. All those uniforms getting tighter, and all the clothes. Like, all right, now they
just the whole vibe of the NBA is like super friendly now.
Because they're all AAU kids. So all they did was play with each other growing up. So they're all basically friends, and ain't no real animosity.
Go through that process of going through AAU, but I think the league is super soft.
No, absolutely.
Once the rules were changed with the physical contact on defense and no hand checking and shit no more. I mean, don't get me wrong, I enjoy watching the modern NBA now, but I'd rather watch an 80s or 90s game any day of the week.
Because you know it's like, it's a battle. They about to like when you watch, like I just watching that Jordan document, it's like the Lakers. The
scores are 81 to 79.
Because they was out there, motherfuckers getting their ass knocked the fuck out of the air.
You saw what Jordan did. He's like, I got to work out. And this is like 90s workout, so it was just basically fucking Tybo tapes and just like.
It was like he was
solo flexes. Like,
he master hard as fuck.
He pumping iron. Like now when you see an NBA player, and it the difference between the NBA then and now is like now you see like everybody getting the same type of training, so their game is kind of like the same.
Yeah.
Like we doing all the same dribbling drills, we going through all these motions. But I felt like in the 80s and 90s, everybody had their own individual style of how they played. Like nobody played alike. Like we got the basics, like left hand, right hand, left hand, like all that shit. But it's just like. However Jordan played, that just came out of him. Like, this is how I play basketball.
Yeah, there wasn't a dude waiting in the paint and hit you with a pad. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you watch this shit, it's like dude with swim noodles. Like, I'm like, what am I doing? Like, I'm NFL training
dribbling
here?
with the tennis balls and shit?
But they had to hit him with swim noodles because they not getting it. Back in the day when Mike, they was hitting motherfuckers with baseball bats. Like, you got Detroit next week.
Detroit? You gotta, man.
I gotta get the heavy bat.
An aluminum Easton. Like, tink, tink. Like,
they're just duct taping yellow pages underneath the jerseys. These motherfuckers are stabbing me tonight.
You got a phone book like if fucking next Friday, just strapped up like, we going to war with these motherfuckers.
See, but do you play ball?
Yeah.
So, old school, right? And I played ball with young bucks when I was going to export. And
if you play ball with Mexicans, you can.
Well, they play rough too, man.
Oh,
it's because they don't want to be intimidated. But young buck kids on Steinmetz foul. I'm like, where? That foul you can't put. I was like, hey man. Ain't no refs out here, bro. Play ball. Check ball on top, man. I'm going to give you that one. I said, but don't call that shit again. I was like, don't call no foul, bro.
Try to take a charge in a pickup game?
Yeah, don't do that, bro.
It's like, man, what are you doing?
Flopping and shit?
He get off the ground like, let's go. We going down. He's like, man.
Right. Where's the possession arrow? What? We talking about this? No.
I played
take balls.
Jump ball.
One time I played. I was playing pickup games with these dudes, and they played foul with continuation.
No, that's basketball.
That's good.
But
you got to call it,
in
though.
a pickup game?
So the way we
if
play,
I score, I still get the ball back?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, continuation is if you foul me and I miss the shoot and it go in, it's no foul.
No, they still pay with the foul. So they made it, and they're like, all right, well, check. I'm like, what do you mean?
It's still one or the other.
So they got the ball in the point?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. And I was just like, what
arguments.
the fuck is this? And then I played in Puerto Rico.
Some arguments, bro.
I was playing in Puerto Rico, and then, like, as soon as, like, they scored, the next person checks it in. Even if, like, there's no checking it up top. Mm-hmm. They just took it out, like, on the sideline. And then fucking threw it in, and dude was right there. I was like, damn, this is like fucking rally scoring. You know what I'm saying? Like
arena football.
Yeah, it was just like ding, ding. I was like, all right, these
got a head start. I'm not ready for this.
It was crazy.
No, and that's why I feel like Chicago, just because I played basketball my whole life in Chicago, like high school and went to college and shit. But like Chicago, we play like tough basketball. It's like no, like I'm gonna take the foul because I believe like this shot gonna go in. You call foul when it's an actual foul, or people call fouls when the game get tight.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
Just being in LA. They don't say foul because like here we say you got to say foul. Yeah. Foul. I got one. Check ball.
Or and one.
But see, and one doesn't mean a foul.
Right. So in LA they just say and one. These motherfuckers they will go for a shot if you and one. And every time you touch them, it's just like, dude, you using this shit like insurance. This shot don't go in and one.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Let me get the ball back. Yeah. So that shit, it took an adjustment for me getting used to people just playing like that.
And I think one of the biggest changes is like, there's really not that many outdoor games like there used to be. Because when I was playing, like, when I came up in the 90s, all the rims had, or all the basketball courts had rims. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
All the parks had
like the backboards, you had a backboard, you had a rim. And then I don't know what the fuck happened. I don't know. There might be some.
There had to be
I think that low-key some racist shit. Cause you
some
don't want
city plan went through, I think, because you seen a lot of fucking, what do you call it, soccer fields being put up.
Yeah.
Like there's California Park that was on
Park?
Fullerton in California.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm thinking at Haas Park.
Oh, okay.
Now they took the street out. That was like a small. It was a cage in there.
Yeah.
And you went to go hoop there, and it was, bro. I'm talking about. It was like, bro. I don't know how long it was, but it was a very short full court. And you lost, man. You lost, and you weren't playing there because everybody was around the cage. They took that shit off, and boom, it's like soccer field, which I don't mind because I love watching them play soccer. That's just fascinating to me how fast.
No, watching, but it's like I still want to be able to do something, right? Because I played when I was coming. I was playing in Jefferson Park, right off of the Jefferson Park blue line.
Yeah.
And it was a really long court. It was like, so you had to play, you had to play 2 half-court games, but they were still there. And then I think what happened was like during the school year, like when it started getting warmer, all the kids would go to the bus stop or at the train station, like, all right, I got time to kill. I don't got to be home till like 6, 7, so it's at 3 o'clock. Let me go to the park. And there'd just be a bunch of motherfuckers at the park, and all of a sudden now the rims are gone. And it was just like, why? Because people were playing basketball. You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't, if you look at the demographic, it wasn't just white kids. It was black kids that were just there fucking playing basketball. But
and granted, it would get crazy on basketball course because I played at Gordon, California Park.
McFetridge.
Yeah, McFetridge, and that was like a well-known spot to go to. And I would see
Corner
cop
Park
cars, Corner Park too. Yeah. You would see cop cars drive up right to the court, boop, boop, and it's like.
Is that a foul? Or
like what's happening? Is that flagrant and shit, bro? Like parole.
If he gets arrested, can he come back in the game? Or is that like if you don't shoot your free throws?
But man, like I used to do a tour like in the summertime.
Yeah.
I would play basketball probably 8 hours a day. I would go Athletic Park off Addison and Expressway.
Yeah.
To Kosciuszko.
Damn.
To
Cos Park was good
to Avondale. To Gordon by Gordon Tech to have, but I'm saying I would ride my bike all over the city and like to y'all point, like man, it was something to do.
Yeah.
And I got some friends to this day that I met just playing basketball outside. We went to different schools, and it's just like you take that away. What is there for me to do?
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
There's nothing to do. So it's like I can't. I'm not gonna sit in the house. So now I'm getting into other shit.
Exactly. And it's like you took away that option from the people.
Yeah.
And then it's like, all right, so now you're mad that they chose something else, but like you go to fucking
you made them go that way.
Yeah.
Have you seen the parks that do have the rims though?
No.
Packed. By my son's house on West Humboldt by North and Central Park. There's a small ass park, right? And there's rims. They never took the rims down though. Bro, I dropped them on Sunday night, man. I pulled over. Because they were just hooping, bro, back and forth. I'm like...
You just dropped the kid out, like, get the fuck, go home. You know how to get home, right?
Yeah, right here. Go. I'll call her. I'll text her. And I was just watching. I had my knee brace on. I was like, man, I want to run a full one. I did, but I was shooting up in Oak Grove. I was shooting around earlier. And I was like, man, my knees hurt and shit.
Oh, no, playing on concrete right now?
Yeah,
I'm retired from concrete.
Bro.
Yeah, I see. I don't think I can do that no more.
It also depends on, like, what court you're playing on that's indoor. Because I played on the court that was straight up concrete underneath. Then they threw a layer of like pergo flooring on top of it with nothing underneath. It was just concrete, and then so you basically playing on concrete. And then I fucked up my meniscus, like it legit, where the shit just swole up, and the doctor looked at me, he's like,
you gotta
just ice it.
Yeah,
like, tear gotta heal. Yeah,
I gotta tear.
Not even that, but he's like, just stop playing basketball. Like, what are you doing? And I was like, you cool, you right. And then I joined another league, and then I fucking like it healed up. But and then I did something again. I jumped up and I landed. I was like, God damn, my fucking knees went bad.
See, I had knee surgery last year.
You tore your PCL or your patella?
Yeah. But now I'm to a point now where it's just like I want to play with people my age and older, like 35 to like 40.
Yeah.
People that can still get up and down the court and has like some basketball, but like I'm not playing basketball with anybody that think they can make it to the NBA.
Right.
if you a teenager, if you in your 20s and you feel like you like I got something to prove, it's like look, no. I just want to get a good run in.
Burning calories and having fun with my friends.
I want to make some good passes.
Do you say that though when you go play? Because that was my thing too when I would play with the young. But hey, man, just trying to get a sweat in, man. Like,
no.
I'm gonna tell you, but
I'm trying to.
I like to ball them up too when I tell them that. Like, I'm just gonna work on. Then I'm banging them at the fight.
Right.
No, I'm super competitive. So it's like I'm like, no, I'm out here to win, and I'm better than you.
Yeah.
But it's also a bunch of dudes that know.
I'm serious.
No, I'm making a point. Like, no, I'm better than you, and you're gonna know that.
You're gonna know that, right?
I'm not an average basketball player. You know what I'm saying? Like the way I played, because I haven't played since my knee injury, but the way I played, it was just like, oh, this motherfucker.
Yeah.
He played beyond like high school basketball. So now it's like I just wanna. I want to be able to be competitive, but I don't.
You got them old man moves where you like pump fake, sweep it
I've been
underneath.
told that shit, bro. Like, oh, you play like old school, man. I'm like, that's all I know, though.
You know how many old dudes treated me as a fucking kid? Like that simple shit where they put the ball between their leg and hold it and then tap me on the back and then like I turn like I got the ball. I was like, God damn.
My old man would do it. He would post me up and then like put it between his knees and like fake, and I would be like jump in, like what?
And then he just comes around like,
it's as easy as of like, I'm like, man, whatever, man.
And I use that move though. Like I use it on my friend. I fucking dribbled and I tapped him on the shoulder and he spun that way thinking I was gonna go and I like turn the other way over a fucking layup.
About that shit. I want to fucking.
This is the old man basketball podcast.
No, but I also want to like. I like playing with motherfuckers that don't want to get hurt too. That's the thing is like
because they know, man.
Yeah.
The last thing I need is some motherfucker chasing me down from half court on a fast break, trying to do a chase down block like
that shit that
like
Jordan
LeBron
did in the Wizards.
Against Ron Mercer.
We plucked it out the air.
What are you doing?
That shit was crazy. But I'm scared to death of getting hurt now because it's like, I don't know, what am I gonna do?
Insurance and
I ain't got it.
At a certain age, like when you get hurt, that's just part of who you are now.
Yeah, dude, I was working out.
Your arm is just like this for now. It's like, I got hurt at like 37, so it's my arm now.
That's cool.
I fell in the crib.
Put my towels on here.
I was fucking around chasing a dog, and I was wearing some socks, and I slipped in the crib, and I just landed, boom, and I stood there for like 5 minutes. Like I live here now. Like I'm not getting up. I did an inventory and everything. I got up, and I still to this day, like I don't know if I got a chip on my elbow or some shit, but like I put it on one certain spot, and it just like a nerve, just like. I'm like, all right.
You probably.
That's why one of my biggest fears right now is just falling, like on concrete.
You're tall too.
You at the age now where it's just like falling and not being able to get back up, like.
It's not even. It's just like I
don't
want to
get an effort. He was like, man, fuck.
Because you see a motherfucker fall on concrete, and like, oh, he got all them scrapes. Your whole hand just chafed up. Like, can't put my hand in my pockets no more. Shit. Like, I get worried, man. I don't want to fuck around and break something.
Yeah, man.
I think the thing for me was always like after college, it was like just stay active.
Right.
Just stay active so that you can as shit decline, you can constantly regulate it. I think when you stop doing something for a long time, then like, oh, I'm finna do that again. Your mind still has the memory foam.
Yeah.
But your body like, oh no.
You can't do this.
Hey, tough guy. What the fuck you doing? What are you doing?
Like I tried to touch the rim one time and it was like it's like the net just moved a little bit. I was like, I got the net though. I got the net. I only need
how tall are you?
6'2", 6'3".
If you put your hands up, you what? You think you about like straight up, you standing up.
I'm probably at like 9.
You at 9 for you okay. So
I could never jump though. Like,
you couldn't
I've
jump.
always been a big body dude, so it was like my legs never developed.
You never dunked though?
I could never hold the ball properly. So like my hand wasn't big enough to palm it, even to control it once I got up.
Yeah.
So I was like that Grand Hill drink Sprite shit. It was like bang. I was like,
what the ball adds like what? It's like 6 inches or some shit like that when you try to dunk it.
So you gotta be above the rim a certain height to get it over the
Yeah.
Because you could touch the rim.
Like if I had a mini ball,
I
had a mini ball, I could probably do it. But like with an actual NBA ball, I can't palm it. My hands are not big enough.
palm that for like a second.
I could palm a basketball. Your hand's way bigger than mine.
Nah, listen.
Man, your hands.
You could palm. You got bigger. You got longer fingers, bro.
I have
like
No, but like, but that little bit, like I can, like if I grab the seams, if I get the seams, but that's not palming it to me.
But if you can,
but my thing is I can't bounce it and catch. You know what I'm saying? Like I wouldn't be able to control it enough.
You gotta have one because with my own right-handed, I could palm it, but then
so if I bounce
know
it,
exactly when it's gonna come off. You know, like gravity's kicking in, dribble.
I don't even. I get the bounce. I'm like, nope, it's not gonna happen.
You cramp up. Yeah, I can't.
I need one of them WNBA balls.
Is it anything else? Yeah, we can't do no more. I feel like we don't.
Oh,
okay, so
man.
basketball is a casual sport at this point.
This is the diminutive ass fucking podcast.
I know. This is how old are you?
I'm 35.
Okay,
Man,
still
whatever,
young.
man. Young
Still
as
young.
fuck, bro.
You still young. You in your good years.
Damn, you play ball where I used to play ball a lot, though, man.
Man, I grew up in Logan Square.
I don't know. Man.
For real? Yeah.
Where'd you go? Lakeview, right?
I went to Lakeview. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I grew up in Palmer Square.
Okay, so
like
you
the Boys and Girls Club.
Man, I went to that Boys and Girls Club when I was 10, and I remember the people, the camp counselors at that Boys and Girls Club. That summer, they just played "I'll Make Love to You" by Boys and Men every day, all day on repeat. So the kids, we just be sitting there, close your eyes, make a way. I'm like, all day. That's
great, bro.
I guess that was the song that summer, and it was just like they just had it on repeat.
That's fucking hilarious.
That's great.
And we went. It was like a pool on Fullerton. It was like a YMCA. I think it's like on Fullerton.
In Central Park, they used to be. They had like I don't know what the fuck, daycare or some shit like that.
And they'll take us there to go like swim and stuff like that.
They had a nice gym in there too.
I'm trying to think. What was the song? I want to say "Shy."
If I fall in love, yeah.
Dude, like motherfuckers were singing that shit. That was the song of our summer, which is like the very first time.
Ain't none of us have fucking pussy in there. This is our song.
I was
what
waiting.
What are you talking about?
I was waiting. Like, am I gonna meet a girl just like that?
Nope.
Never did.
Hell to
If I fall in love.
Motherfuckers was like, you see motherfuckers with harmonies walking through high school. I'm like, damn, y'all can sing this shit.
See, but those songs aren't around anymore. The artists have changed. Like R&B music fucking changed.
It's basically like rap.
Yeah,
for the most part.
Like R&B, they want
the rappers want to sing and the fucking singers want to rap and shit.
Drake fucked that all up for everybody.
No, I don't think
it wasn't Drake.
Drake didn't fuck it up because Drake still make R&B songs. Like he'll make a hard, like his rap is R&B. He rap R&B.
Yeah,
stuff. So it's like I like Drake. So it's like
I can't fucks with him. Man. I don't like him. I just don't.
I don't mind him. My thing is like when people try to put him as like one of the greatest of all time. Like my problem is he doesn't have an era. He's always just been Drake. Mm-hmm. Like so Kanye went from Kanye West to fucking, then he had Yeezy. You know what I'm saying? Like then he went to just Ye, or even like Outkast. Outkast went from Pimps to fucking ATLians to Aquemini. You know what I'm saying? They all showed
transformation.
Fucking even Biggie in his 2 albums. He went from Ready to Die to he's Big Papa. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a transformation amongst that person. I think Drake has been making the same shit for the last.
But it works for him.
Oh no, it does.
Every album
I think his rap style has changed. Because you remember when he first came out, he came out so hot with that first
his mixtape, right?
The best I ever had.
So Far Gone.
Yeah.
Everybody started rapping like Drake.
No, I thought it was October's Very Own.
No, that was the production.
Oh, the mixtape.
But So Far Gone was the name of it.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
But I'm just saying, like, he came out, but his sound has consistently changed until now it's just like, he got like a universal sound.
Yeah.
Because at first, everybody's doing that before they rap. It was like, and then the punchline,
yeah.
You know, I ball,
yes.
chemo. Everybody was doing that type of rap.
Yes.
Then he did that. Then he then he just kind of like, he's the only person right now that's just venturing off into different sounds. Because you used the infinity gauntlet of assimilation. Yeah. Not assimilation, but what's the word?
Assimilation?
Appropriation.
Appropriation. Yeah. He got the infinity gauntlet on appropriation.
Yeah, because he'll do the patois then he did the grime from the UK.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And he stole that beat from Dram, the fucking Hotline Bling.
Mm-hmm.
That he had like.
Oh, okay.
He's like, no, dude, this is just a rhythm. It was like a Jamaican thing. I was like, damn, bro, like.
But he gives props going to what you were saying about that. He gives that to the rapper from Detroit. I can't think of his name right now. Oh my God.
Royce the 5'9".
Not him.
Trick.
Jesus.
A rapper, Big Sean.
He's on Good Music too, man.
Big Sean.
Yeah. So Drake gives props to him for doing that.
I haven't heard none.
I actually like him.
He was another one though. Like
Sean.
He sounds the same in every song.
I like that shit.
He sounds the same in every song though. Like I don't know. I just like to see, like, for me to say someone's a GOAT, I want to see growth in them. Jay-Z went from Jay-Z to Jigga to Jay to fucking
Hova
to Sean Carter. Then he went Hova, and then
Nas
he's like,
too went through all of that shit.
Right. Like I feel like there's always a growth within, and I just don't. I never really see that with Drake, but he's still top selling artist of all time or top number one Billboard or some shit.
Is he really?
Yeah, he beat the Beatles.
Most number ones.
Shit.
And I think now is like, it's almost like Drake, Kevin Hart. It's like you came in at the right time to utilize all the things that make it easier to be an artist.
Right.
Yeah.
Like back in the day, you just had to have an original sound, and you had to just come out with hot shit.
Yeah.
And everybody was tasked with that. But I feel like with the social media age, he's found a way to like, oh, how can I really connect with people? And he doesn't make bad music.
No, he really doesn't.
I
People that hate on him.
I feel like his albums are boring as hell, but I love the mixtapes. Mixtape Drake I like, but the albums, like, man, I can listen to 30 songs of this shit.
Man, I'll run through a Drake album. By the fourth time around, like, I'm like, okay, I'm hooked. Like,
really, I don't give it that much.
Usually I go through and you first time it's like what song, like something that's gonna catch me.
Yeah.
And then like I like ride my bike and I'm just playing it, and then next thing you know it's like, oh, this shit is all flowing now. So
damn, I can, man.
I might have.
It might just be relatability. Like, what is he talking about? Because I feel like he made it okay to talk about feelings in rap. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you could like it was like back in the day, like a rapper like had that one song where it's like, yo, I'm about to get real for a second. And the beat like, yo, my mama left me when I was, you know, it's like, and like, but his whole vibe is that it's just like I'm talking about relationships, I'm talking about passion. You know what I'm saying?
He's talking about being a player too, you know, most of his shit.
I mean, he had LL, when I'm alone in my room, sometimes I stare at the wall.
He was like,
there's always that one thugged out love song, like
always,
and fucking Ja Rule. Fucking and then 50 Cent came in with 21 questions, and you know, it's like, there's always one song for the ladies. I'm like, this is not for the ladies.
Yeah,
like, you just called her a bitch and made her bend over. Like,
hey man,
bitch, get
in. What is? Did you see that shit with T.I.? Did that shit go down? T.I. versus 50?
No,
I don't think 50 Cent gonna accept that battle.
No, I don't think so either.
Because I feel like artist wise, 50 Cent is far removed. Like he makes music when he wants to, but he got his hand in so much other shit.
Yeah, he's all over the place.
It don't make sense for him to be like, oh, I'm about to lose a battle.
And I think T.I. knew that shit too.
Yeah,
I think he knew that. He's like, I know what to do.
But the thing is, you can't beat 50 because 50 just goes off on the IG or whatever, and it's like, everyone's in 50's corner now. Like, T.I. ain't got this shit. Then they said T.I. tried to go after Jay-Z.
He's funny though, man.
Who, 50?
50's funny, man. He has good fucking posts.
He don't give a fuck.
Yeah, no filter. It's just whatever the fuck. And then he's like, that's what's fucking made him what the fuck he is. So fucking successful. It's like, I don't give a fuck what you. Like, the name of his album was Get Rich or Die Trying.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what he did.
That's what he fucking did. I give him all the props in the world. Is he annoying sometimes? Yeah.
But he did when he did that shit with the chick from when they were calling him a Fofty.
Oh, Fofty.
And then the chick from Vanderpump Rules, and they like, I guess he's like, bitch, don't even say my name. And like, he put in a contract that they cannot say his name on anything. So my girl watches Vanderpump, which means I watch Vanderpump. Yeah. And then she was doing an interview about it, and she was like, well, everyone knows like a famous rapper. And then 50's like, bitch, you were implying me? Let me show you this fucking agreement that you signed to. She can't, like, he's got to pay her. They got to pay millions if they say his name. And like, that's some crazy shit.
But the thing is, because like, I'm a fan of 50 Cent. I've been a fan of 50 Cent. Outside of people always telling me, oh, you since 03, oh, you look like 50 Cent. I've been getting this shit. But I've been a fan.
I don't even see it no more.
Yeah,
like,
I'm Calvin.
I don't see it.
I know, that's why I didn't, like, I'm not going to say it like
no, because you look at 50 Cent
all the
like,
fucking time.
Yeah, but I mean, I've been getting it. And I mean, hopefully, and people always like, oh, you should do a joke about it. You should do a joke about it. And I'm like, nah, I just want people, like, I don't want to try to do a joke and it's good, and now I'm just like, oh, you the 50 Cent dude.
Yes.
It's like, so I'm
You're
like
pigeonholing yourself.
But it's also like, I walk on stage and people just be like, 50 Cent, and it's just like, but like, I'm like, I like 50 Cent, but I don't fuck with 50 Cent for the reason, okay, 03 he came out. I want to say like 05 he did Get Rich or Die Trying, the movie. He played himself.
Right.
Oh man, you could play 50 Cent brother or something. You could play his son. He did a movie. He started his own movie about his life. That shit off the table.
Yeah.
Then he does Power. He has a son on Power. He shoots his son. Okay, maybe I can be the other son. Then he kills himself off the show. This selfish motherfucker. I would never. I will never be able to reap any benefits of being 50 Cent unless I'm on SNL and I get to play him as a character or some shit like that. But
I'm still hoping Sinbad needs to come out. Dude, if Sinbad comes out with something like, "Oh, here's my illegitimate child," like, yes, I can play that role. Like when he was on Little Rel, the little was it just the Little Rel show?
It's called Rel.
Oh, Rel. When he was on that, I was like, please let him have an illegitimate child and let it be me. Stupid, I was like, dude, I was posting pictures.
The resemblance is eerie as fuck, bro.
Now imagine when he first came out and it was like a younger me and a younger Sinbad and we were both like got these goofy ass grins.
Oh, 32 teeth.
I've never seen that until you said. I'm looking. I'm like, damn, you do like
that. He made like a post about that shit before. I was like, this dude.
I did an age transformation thing. Like, oh, it was like me in 10 years, and there's a picture of Sinbad, and it was like, everyone's like,
that's
oh
what it was.
Then that motherfucking cop in Minnesota came out, and that shit just changed for me negative.
Oh.
Yeah, that shit but that shit came and went though. It went fast.
That's what I love about the internet now.
Cause the shit that news cycle quick as fuck.
Hell yeah.
That trend fucking died.
That was the thing that fucking pissed me off. Like, everyone's tagging me in that. I'm like, man, there are crazy people out there. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't know who's following you. Yeah. So like, if they
put you in danger.
Yeah, you put me fucked up. And then the dude's like, don't go to the store. It's like, I gotta go. Thank God I gotta wear a mask now.
I saw the video. I was like, man, I sent you the video. Like, damn, he don't look exactly like you, but shit, if you
some stupid ass would be like, huh? Get him!
I have a vague memory of someone that committed a crime.
That's why I tell people, like, if you bald headed with a beard, do not commit crimes. Just be cool, bro.
Man, you gotta get the Carlos Bougie. You just paint some hair on your head, man.
I grew my shit out during the quarantine. I was like, I gotta get that Babylon weave. That's what I need.
Man, you ain't never thought. I mean, I feel like I'm cool with the I don't want to lose my hair. But it's almost like, well, if it happened, it happened. You know what I'm saying? And the worst shit is when you're trying to hold on to it because you're trying to justify like, oh, it's just this right here. I'm not gonna give up all of this for this.
No idea, man.
Nah, but I mean, when the hairline starts going back, like if you went from like a 3 head and then now you got like your whole hand, and it was just at that point it was just like, man, why the fuck am I paying for haircuts? Like I was getting fades, and then I shaved my head, and people. They didn't know the difference. I'm like, oh, well, then what the fuck?
Yeah.
He said, because
that's more of a self-conscious thing.
He said, because if you look back, we really can't see your hairline anyway.
Right.
He said, if your shit receding and you like looking up, they're like, oh, you look bald anyway.
But then I see a picture of myself. Right, exactly. You already just see the fucking. But then I see a picture of myself and it's like perfectly lined up, but it was like pinched in here. And then I was just like, man, what am I holding on to? Like, I'm not ever going to grow it out. I'm just getting fades for the rest of my life.
I experimented, though. I was getting the shorter phase. It was shorter and shorter and shorter, and then I was like, man, it's all the way back here. And I was like, it's like a fucking, before I flatline, it's like a heartbeat and shit. I was like, oh, god damn it. I was like, I'll just shave this motherfucker off.
Bro, I want to interview barbers and just be like, man, like, what, you don't ever want to say nothing?
No, that's the money out there.
I had a barber tell me that once in Homer Park. He was like, hey, there's I got that pelon right here. And I was like, motherfucker, just get him on the side, bro.
Cut around it.
I know that.
Because I did the math. I was like spending fucking $20 a week on haircuts.
A week?
Because
you went to the barbershop every week?
Yeah, because if a fade grows in and you're not letting it like grow off or anything, it just looks messy. So like the lining and all that shit was fucked up. So I was just like, all right, I'll just go every week. And then I had a job, so it didn't matter. Like I was in the budget. And then I just started and then I realized like, all right, well, I'm spending money on nothing.
I feel like that was the shit though back in the day. Like to get the fade every week.
Yeah,
you gotta get touched up, man. And get lined up.
No new growth.
Eyebrows down. Like everybody was on that pretty. There was a pretty boy era.
Man, super chin strap.
Chin strap. Oh, I'm gonna bring it back. I should have brought it back for the quarantine. It's just pencil. It's just a pencil thin like mustache. Peak. It was perfect. John B style, bro. That's
That's
with hilarious. A turtleneck too.
They had the little mock neck. I was killing it, bro. I had a mock neck and a scarf. I was like, what?
Man, cold ass neck.
Growing up, my mother cut my hair.
My mom tried to.
She would cut my hair. It would like I would just go a long ass time with a haircut.
Yeah.
And then she would cut my hair, so it'd be like no haircut, fucked up. And then she would cut my hair and it'd be fucked up. And it's just like I'd be like, I need a haircut. She'd be like, all right, come on, we go in the kitchen. It's just like fucking
like
bald head, no lining. Like, get out of here.
My mom she went to beauty school, so she didn't graduate, so she never got past the point of like learning how to do shit with your hands. So when I was a kid, I'd have
you said do shit with your
I
hands.
mean like she couldn't like just like she couldn't just cut hair. She had to like separate your shit so she could cut that one little segment.
Yeah.
So I'd be having like big ass clips in my head, and she just fucking separated, trying to get it all even. I'm like, man, what the fuck's going on here? And then she started taking me to get places to get haircuts. I wish I would have grew my hair out more, so I had more pictures with the hair out.
Oh man, I missed that long
hair. You got a picture book. He just like, that was
that was me right there. That was me. Look at them curls right there, man. I was like, should have got dreads when I had a chance.
I was killing it in this picture.
So in the Old Man podcast, we've covered aging basketball players, balding.
That's what the legal aging podcast.
Legally old.
Legally old. Senior citizen ass fucking podcast we just did, man.
Fucking missing out.
We got any comments going on, James?
Anybody watching? Hopefully.
Yeah, we got viewers tonight, boys.
Yeah, because Calvin brings the people, bro.
Right.
Fucking
they didn't even know we dropped a surprise guest on them.
He's gonna be the next podcast, just him. Where I'll be
the Alienated Podcast. I got these motherfuckers off here.
You just take over my domain and shit. Like, I own this shit.
I just got here.
Like, you guys will be a guest on my shit.
Shit.
Oh man.
But
well, how do y'all feel about the Will and Jada situation?
I'm new. He was just breaking it down to me in the room, man.
Like, there's a big part of me that's like, why the fuck do we care about celebrity? But at the same time, it's in the news.
100%.
But we always knew that there was some shit that was going on with them because they've always talked about that couple being open in some capacity. Right. Now it fucking finally comes out, and then she drops the word entanglement, and that just fucking open it. Like, because I guess the point of them doing that red table talk was to stop the bullshit, like the rumors and all that other shit. And then they come out with this, and it just fucking fueled extra fire because now you got Will Smith, the new sag, crying Jordan and shit. Like, Jordan got to be mad about that though.
Oh, they got Will Smith. Was he crying?
No, he was. No. His eyes in the picture. His eyes look red as fuck. It was he was like kind of like looking like.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, it was legit one frame. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't know that his next one could have been like, like he was just caught in a transition of like listening, and then like you don't know, but they caught that one frame perfectly, and he just looked sad as fuck, man, bro.
He like, I don't know what the fuck you about to say right now. Wow. Don't say this shit.
But she said, but like, there was a point in the conversation where she was like, yeah, and then you did some things like, yeah, let's not talk about those because I don't know what he did.
No, because he said, I'm gonna get you back, and she's like, oh no, you definitely got me back. You definitely got me back. See? But that's what I'm saying. But I feel like if she never said entanglement. If she never said entanglement, right. that interview when it came and went, and it would have dead a lot of shit. But the fact of the matter is, and I said,
it's a cover up.
It's like
she tried to soften it.
Women, when a guy get caught cheating, when a guy get caught doing some shit, we're the
worst.
I just you never have an opportunity to talk about your feelings, how you felt, where you were mentally, emotionally. We don't get that. It's just like, yo, you fucked up. Why? I made a mistake. I pray that my family, my kids. You gotta say all the fucking PR shit.
You gotta transform your whole fucking livelihood.
I had a lapse of judgment.
But
here's the thing with that shit though, is like, imagine if he would have did that with like one of Willow Smith's 23-year-old friends, and like it was reversed, like it was a older man doing this with a younger woman. I feel like it would have been way worse.
No, it's a bad look.
It would have been it would have been like
a monster,
right? You preyed on that
predator,
woman, right?
But dude's young though, right? That Augustus cat.
I think at the time he might have been 20-something years
old.
No,
because they said he's 27. He's 27 now. So she said it was 4 years ago.
Yeah,
so
she was 23.
Shit, she was what, 50 or maybe?
She probably 50 now, so she probably was like late 40s at the time.
Yeah.
But regardless of that, regardless of the age, I'm just saying, as a man, you can't win in no situation.
The minute you cheat, you're done because you ruined your family. You threw all this shit away.
It's like, I'm about to lose half of my shit. I'm
like
Will
Dr.
Smith.
Dre. Oh. Dr. Dre just lost $500 million. Or he's like, his wife wants $500 million because they don't have a prenup.
What happened though?
She won't have and she won't alimony.
And support, bro.
Wow, you got half already.
That's the craziest shit to me. I gotta pay for you until you get married to somebody else. And then the thing is, you can never get married.
She don't even know how to use a beat machine, Pro Tools. She don't know shit about Pro Tools.
Never rapped.
He wasn't with me producing in the gym.
Right. Are you about fuck the police life?
No, but here's the thing. Like, I think at a certain point, if she was with him and helped him raise the kids and held him down, then yeah, all right, give her that money. But half is a problem because the same thing happened with fucking Paul McCartney. Like he had all that Beatles money, and she was his wife at the time was nowhere near like anywhere that he earned any of that money. She still got half.
That's it.
And it's just like how do you get rid of that? You got to do that Jeff Bezos shit where like you just
kill him.
Yeah, unsolved mystery.
Just kill a motherfucker, man.
Unsolved mystery.
No, it's a murder podcast.
Hey, $30,000, I can get you out of here.
Oh, you want to take half?
I can get you expunged from the earth.
Expunged.
I seen every episode of Breaking Bad. You will disappear in an acid bath.
But I mean, all right. If someone's been with you when you made
Carol Baskins, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
But if someone's been with you when you made your fortune, low key, they might have held you down in that shit.
100%.
But there's no reason why if you give her that much money, like she still can live the way she's accustomed to living. Like there's no difference between $500 million and $1 billion. I think like you still
Oh, you're
half $500 million.
Come on, man.
You can still live the exact same way.
It's unspendable. Dude.
You can't spend $500 million, and she probably in her 40s or maybe 50, however old she is. You're not gonna. You can't shake that motherfucker.
She's a nation's economy somewhere.
One of the things that I got,
you know what I'm saying?
One of the things I always like looked at was someone did a thing with like time. So they'd be like 1 million seconds is like 30 days or some shit like that, and then 1 billion seconds like 30 years. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that big ass difference. Like you're never gonna be able to spend that money. Motherfuckers can give away $1,000 a day to everybody for the rest of their life and then be perfectly fine.
Is she scoring then? Did Dr. Dre like?
Oh, I don't know what to do.
Because I mean, you got to be like you were going back to what you're saying. Like, if a guy cheats on his wife,
and
he was there for. I mean, is she really scoring, or it was just a bad like? You know what? There's a mutual understanding. You know what? It's not there no more.
The fact that I feel like we just hearing about it now, so they probably been breaking up for fucking 5 years now.
It's been like gradual.
And then once like the court shit gets filed and everything, then it's fucking news. It hits the wire and it's fucking news. But Jeff Bezos, his wife, she got. How much did she get? She got $1 billion too.
She got half the fortune, so like $60 billion, I think.
God,
bitch.
But it's not liquid. It's all like stake in his companies.
No,
and shit,
I mean,
but still,
she has.
And that's has there ever been a woman? Do y'all know a woman that lost half her shit?
No, the law. I don't think the laws ever go that way.
Like, I mean, outside
everybody won't.
I feel like Kevin Federline was like the only motherfucker to play the
shit.
He
came up, man.
Get a motherfucker pregnant and get
he did come
child
up.
support and
He's
take
like,
care.
I'm such a bum.
Even fucking Britney Spears can't even touch her own money now because they got her on some like a conservatorship,
her
right?
Dad's
like
still a conservator.
Yeah, so he's got to approve anything she spent. She can't drive a car.
What?
Yeah, that's why people are like talking shit because like I guess she put out this video on TikTok where it's just her walking through a hallway in her house and all this other shit. But his thing is like she can't do anything because anything she does, like if she gets caught driving a car, they can lock her up.
She got sent to a mental ward for going. I think it was like just hanging out with her boyfriend, like going to McDonald's or something.
Yeah, I remember that.
What is this?
Because
I'm not understanding.
Britney Spears,
because she got thrown into a psychiatric thing, and so like her father fought to be able to spend like to monitor her spending and all this other shit. So they gave him basically like all rights to her money,
power of attorney,
basically. Okay. Yeah, but it's called a conservatorship.
Okay.
So he's the one that like makes sure like
oversees everything.
Oversees it. She can't spend any of her money. She's got to get an allowance from this dude, and this is like her dad, and she's been a fucking star since like, or not a star, but
I mean, and
since she was like,
for 20
she hasn't had a
teenager, right?
Like even before that. So it's like,
so when he dies, does he get?
Get
bequeathed to the next person?
It's fucking crazy. Like
it all goes to Federline.
This fucking my hero.
He's all fat, some background dancing and shit
with braids, with blonde braids.
Got that riff-raff look.
Shit's fucking crazy out here, man.
Fucking relationship. Are you married or in a relationship?
I'm engaged.
Oh, you engaged? Like I mean, like I got a girlfriend. You got a girlfriend.
Yeah.
It's like you got a wife. Like do you like look at them sometime and be like, man, are you worth half my shit?
Right now,
well,
yeah.
I don't think I got enough to even ask that motherfucking question.
Nothing, some DVDs, a Vizio, a 40-inch Vizio.
Nothing from nothing leaves, nothing.
Yeah, man. I got like a box of books in the storage.
Right. So it's like, it ain't hurting me to take half my shit.
But that's what I'm saying. You saying it ain't hurting you, but
if I got to pay her afterwards, that's the part that would fucking really hurt.
That's the shit that hurt.
The alimony
where
is
it's like, this shit is over and I have to pay for your life.
Right. So luckily, my plan is to make sure to make sure she's
your
scary.
Life. Yeah. Like you like I'm responsible for your life, so I have to go to work and make money.
And you don't got to do shit if you don't want to.
I mean, you still can, but you still have to pay alimony.
Right, but I'm saying, back in the 50s and 40s when it was like legit housewives and it wasn't like no dual incomes.
Right.
So like my mindset, like I never wanted to be with anybody that was just like, oh, I'm fine doing nothing. Like, oh, you got it. Like don't get me wrong. Like if I'm fucking rich, I don't mind taking care of my family.
Yeah, right.
But it's also I still want in my mind to be like, you gotta want something though. You gotta wake up and have a purpose. Like I know like we got kids and all that shit and we making it, but it's like you gotta have your own shit going on too.
Have ambition or something.
When they 14, 15 years
for everybody
old
out there now, so it's like you have to to want
start an Etsy account. Fucking
it really does, man. Be successful together.
Do something useful.
I mean, there's no reason to the housewife thing I think is dead to this point where you can't. There's no like women that are yearning to just be a housewife.
Yeah.
No. It's some motherfucker. It's some
women.
women.
I heard women say that.
It's women like, yo, I want a rich husband. I want to stay. I don't want to work.
Yeah, there's those people.
Yeah,
the fucking gold diggers.
And it's not even gold diggers. It's just like because I
want to
like
be a kept woman. That's weird.
It's some men that use that to attract a woman. Hey, you don't have to do anything. It's a form of control.
True.
Hey, you ain't got to do nothing. But what the fuck I say? That's what you when I say do some shit, you got to do that. But you ain't got to worry about no bills, and I pay. You got
that's
nice
psychological abuse, right?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But and on the flip side, is women is just like, oh, I want to be taken care of. You know,
I want to be taken care of.
Like what value?
Shit.
What value do you bring?
Yeah.
Like okay, cooking, sex, raising children, and I feel like raising children. You know, that just because you have kids, that don't make you a good parent.
Right.
But cooking and sex, that shit kind of like. That's like a independent variable. It's like I can do without it sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
Especially like back to the old man shit after 40. Like I don't give a fuck.
Yeah. Like when people say I fuck every day, I was like, no, you fucking don't fuck every day. Shut up, man. Like you do not.
There's some days I just wake up and like last thing on my mind is fucking like I don't even get morning wood half the time. So
oh, you got problems, player.
On the old man podcast.
Unless like if I gotta pee really bad, then I get the fucking morning wood.
You wake up, you gotta hold your dick down when you piss. Yeah.
That's again? No, that's why. That's why fucking
a jet stream.
That's why kids stop wetting the bed. Like boys, once they get their first boner, that's what that means. Like you don't piss the bed no more because your dick is like basically saying like, hey,
uncomfortable.
Yeah, you can't sleep on your stomach. Like, if I do, I'm humping his bed because I'm 15 years old and this shit. Like,
what is going on?
You just looking for friction. Like, oh shit.
Oh man,
I got these dope ass
No
sheets.
man, but I don't know. I think now, like me and my fiance, we aspire, to be great, to be successful, to have value, have equity and shit. Because I think it's a different generation, though, man. She's like ahead of the curve when it comes in comparison to me. So she kind of like was bringing me into the loop of things. Like, hey, you got to do certain things, to be like financially secure. Like, you wanna be with me? Like, I need you to be on point with shit. So I'm like, all right, and and to me, that's attractive.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, now you're making me better. I was like, boom, I'm gonna do the same thing for you. What are you trying to aspire to be? You wanna go to school? He goes, all right, I'll take care of the boy. Go to school. I'll go buy grow. I'll do this. We share. You can see it too. Like she's doing schoolwork and I'm in the kitchen. It's like
Just
it's a
apron,
role.
no underwear.
Yeah, I got my hair in a bun and shit.
Fucking microwave is like beep beep beep. Just wait. Marie Callender's like, you just gotta stir it. Look, I cooked.
Pink slippers and everything, bro. Just walking around, just dragging my feet.
Look at the lasagna with the burnt ass noodles I made for you, baby.
You don't ever do shit. It's always me.
You never take me out.
I'm lying, baby. You take care of me.
Yeah, is she listening?
Yeah, she probably listening.
We'll talk about the real shit off camera, off the air.
Players night.
No, but yeah, I feel like any relationship got to be 50-50 going. At least like picking up your end of the deal. You know what I'm saying? Like just sticking to your end of the shit. And if you don't, then it's like, why would you waste your time on that person? Because it's like I'm working this much harder and you just ain't doing shit. That's upsetting to me. Even just like basically as like comedians, like we look at other comedians like, you ain't doing shit. Like you just happy being here. There ain't nothing else for you to aspire to. Like you see
ambition,
that,
man.
Yeah. You got to see that in somebody else. Like, all right, I want to do this thing. All right, cool. What do you want me to help you do?
Right.
Yeah.
Like what can I do to put you? Like you want to create something selling on Etsy or whatever. All right, cool. Let's set up the shop. Let's set up the store. We'll figure out how to get the package. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's something you gotta want. And if you just want to be a fucking couch potato and like all this other shit, like
no, that's just the turn off. It's always been a turn off.
Because then you walk in and you feel resentment to that person because you came home from doing whatever.
Yeah.
And motherfuckers just laid up watching TV.
Yeah. No, that shit irks the shit.
What else? Like, how was your day?
Low key hard. That's how I fucking felt. Like this whole this whole quarantine. Like before this, I was out in every night fucking shows, boom, 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 making money. Doing whatever, advancing my career. And then this shit hit, and now she would go out. Like come home and then she would just look at me like she wasn't at work, but my thing is like the nights that she would come home and I'm like I just sat on the couch the whole day. I'm like I don't feel like I did shit.
Yeah.
I feel like a less than a man.
Yeah, and it's like man, like so she would look at my face and or I would look at her face like, oh, he hasn't moved. I was like, well, we got the new couches. Like, like this shit way more.
You get up when she comes in. Oh shit! Let me start clean the crumbs off the table.
Got weed, Cheeto crumbs and shit on them.
I got the dogs like playing with the dogs. Like, no, I've been entertaining.
No, I'm training them to speak German.
They know niet.
Nine. But man, it's like you saying though, like just somebody like that. Somebody to challenge you, to make you want to be better. That shit is important, and we both bringing something to the table. Yeah. Because the worst shit is you look up and you like, I'm not happy. It's like, you not happy. You ain't did shit.
Yeah. That's why you're not happy, right?
And you finna take fucking $500 million.
So but 500 million is gonna make you happy? Like you had $1 billion with me.
Fucking Jordan, when he got divorced, she got 250 million.
Oh, Juanita?
At the time, because he had 500 million, 250.
Was he cheating on her though? Is that what it was?
Yeah, well, of course, Michael J.
Stupid ass guy. I call myself like
the most competitive person in the world. Like, I think I can not get caught. Yeah. He's like, we meeting in 10 minutes. I think I can have sex with somebody and not get caught.
But you watch that documentary, like, man, when the fuck did he have time to do like
shit? Juanita never came out, man.
They never mentioned the kids. Like they mentioned the kids. Like I think the last one.
They came out, man. I'm like, I remember you guys were supposed to.
Because I think it was like the Utah series or something like that. They were there, but that was the first time you saw the kids. Was like episode 9 or episode 10 or some shit. But they didn't mention anything about the divorce. None of that shit. But Jordan also had control over the whole thing, so he wasn't.
Absolutely.
Oh man,
he was like, nah, I don't want none of that personal shit, and I'm okay with that.
And you know what? I don't knock him for that shit either, man.
Nah, I think
people hate it. I mean, I think watching the documentary, he's an asshole. I said that before in the podcast, but like, I get it. And so I think he was just like that too. Just I get it.
You have to be an asshole. There's nobody that wins that's not an asshole.
Episode 7, when he broke down and he's like, if you didn't want to do this journey with me, you didn't have to do it.
Yeah, he cried on that shit.
And like, exactly, he shed a tears. Like, we got to take a break.
He's like, if you don't want to win, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, what the fuck you doing this for?
I don't knock him for that.
Like, who's mad? Who the fuck? Like, think about it. Steve Kerr played for the Cavaliers. Steve Kerr wouldn't have a career if he his career probably would have ended in '93
if Jordan never passed him that ball. That one, you know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? But everybody
went for him though. They went to go grab Steve Kerr though.
But I'm just saying, like, everybody that played with Jordan, Jordan's legacy is like he was an asshole. He was whatever the fuck he was, but he made motherfuckers around him better. Fucking Ron Harper, Horace Grant, Steve Kerr, all left the Bulls and won championships on other teams because they figured out, oh, what's my shit,
right? Yeah, because he was an asshole that was also putting in the work, and so it wasn't like he was just an asshole and is like resting on his fucking.
See, but no one says this shit a lot though about besides being him like a superior athlete though, but he was a genius though in the terms of basketball. And B.J. Armstrong said that shit. He was like at one point he wasn't even playing basketball. It was just so natural to him. He knew what he needed to do to actually get the W. Yeah. He's like he was watching everyone else do the same routine, running the same plays. He was like Neo almost.
In the Matrix.
You just seen all the codes. He's like, I know what to do here. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I think he doesn't get the credit for having a high IQ like LeBron James gets that credit, which he does. But he has a high, game IQ, but Jordan had a fucking high game IQ.
And I think his athleticism probably overshadowed what you saying. Oh, you just like, oh, this motherfucker can jump. Yeah, he could run. But it's like, no, this motherfucker was. I was having this debate with my girl about what does it mean? What's the difference between an athlete and somebody that's athletic? And she thinks that, oh, if you can catch a ball and throw a ball, you athletic. I'm like, no, athletic, because it's athletes that aren't athletic. Tim Duncan was an athlete, but he wasn't athletic.
Right, he looked.
Vince Carter was.
Point.
Vince Carter had. I'm saying, to me, athletic is you have physical attributes above and beyond other people.
Yeah,
right.
So Vince Carter was fucking uber athletic. He could jump out the fucking gym.
Right.
Fucking Odell Beckham can run. He's athletic. It's people that's athletes that aren't necessarily athletic.
I think if you play sports, you're an athlete.
You can make sport moves that
So
a regular person.
So like the average person could go and train and have the skills to play a sport.
Yeah.
You're an athlete because you have the skill set to play the sport.
Right.
But it's some motherfuckers where they probably never played something, and you was like, hey, can you dunk this basketball? And they oh shit, you can jump out the gym, you can run fast. That's like an attribute. And I feel like Michael Jordan, his IQ was overshadowed by him being super athletic.
His athleticism.
So it's like, man, this motherfucker you can't stop him. He's faster. He like Derrick Rose. His athleticism overshadowed.
Right.
Because you thinking like Bill Burr joke, he was like, and a motherfucking white dude, he dunking on him. He's like, why didn't I think to do that? He's like, oh shit.
Right.
I could have just did that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's you don't have to think about it because you can do it. But when his athleticism started to decline in his 30s, he like, okay, I need to get a fucking fadeaway jump shot. I need to work on my footwork. LeBron, I say LeBron he doesn't make people better around him. He just gets credit for doing all the work.
Yeah.
So Michael Jordan in the Bulls, Michael Jordan is the engine, and those players are the rack and pinion steering. They're the things that make the car go, all that shit.
Right.
LeBron is the goddamn Ford F-150. Everybody get in, and I'm going to drive us to the championship. I'm going to do everything that needs to be done, and then when you leave this team, or when I leave this team, nobody's ever going to talk about Kevin Love, J.R. Smith.
Yeah.
Unless
they join them again.
You know what I'm saying? But LeBron James does everything. He has a thing.
He is doing everything.
He's not allowing anybody else. He's not pushing anybody on his team to be great.
Yeah.
Because you missed that shot. I get the rebound. I get the putback. LeBron James doing everything. It's like, man, statistically, he's going to be the greatest player that played basketball. Statistically, that's leading all these statistical categories. Yeah. But he's not winning.
But that doesn't mean, like, for me, the eye test isn't as like. But I don't know how much of this is based on nostalgia of like me growing up with Jordan and seeing that. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, 'cause there's definitely nostalgia. There's always a nostalgia bias and shit. But like you're saying with LeBron, he leads all the stats, but he'll never, in my mind, pass Jordan because Jordan did all the things you said he did. Like, he was defensive player of the year. He fucking laid lockdown. They had teams that were scared of this motherfucker. Mm-hmm. Now LeBron, they've been scared of LeBron, and then you had fucking Belladova, whoever the fuck it was. Belladova that like had that one good game. Jeremy Lin one good game, and like he was fucking great. But it was not like LeBron pushed him to do that. No, that just dude had one good ass game. Yeah.
He was like, LeBron missing layups. Let me do my job.
Yeah. I guess I have to pick this up.
But it wasn't like LeBron yelling at the motherfucker like, "Come on, man! Like we got to." Like LeBron's like, "All right, I'll get it."
So then, like, you think J.R. Smith playing with Jordan would have had that miscue?
No, because in practice, Mike would have been like, "Yo, wake the fuck up.
Yeah.
This is crunch time. If I'm beating your ass in the locker room, this is LeBron legacy.
Yeah,
that's LeBron legacy because he did all the work. It allowed for other people to be fuck ups mentally.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Ain't no way in hell you get a layup and not put the ball back immediately. Yeah. Because you unaware of what's going on in the game.
You should know.
You should know. Somebody should have told you.
Because you scared of like that motherfucker.
Mike, you like, yo.
That's exactly what it was. Motherfucker like, nope, not today.
I'm not doing it.
In no situation, if he laid that ball back up and scored, somebody would have been like, why did you score that?
Yeah, no.
In no situation, nobody would have been mad. He thinking, if I got to hold the ball to run the clock out. Yeah. Michael Jordan would have fucked him up after that game.
Yeah.
J.R. Smith had some injuries. Had some injuries, post-game injuries.
He's got beat with a fucking bag
of
orange.
Dude, when I seen that shit, I was like, come on, man.
That shit was
there's no way that shit. That's what I'm saying. I asked that question, like, he wouldn't have done that shit with fucking.
Nah.
But that's the thing. Nobody, like, you can be afraid of LeBron, but LeBron also depends on his teammates that he does everything for, which makes them not dependable. So if we like Michael Jordan, you show up, it's like, all right, put 35 to 42 points on the scoreboard because he gonna get that.
Yeah, he's gonna get it. Ain't automatic.
It ain't shit we can do, but we still got to worry about Scottie Pippen, Ron Harper, Tony Kukoc, Luke Longley, Bill. We got to still worry about the team because they are a machine. With LeBron, it's like, if LeBron having an off game, we can win this game.
Yeah.
Because nobody else is gonna step up.
Which is why he only has 3 championships.
3 out of 6 or 3 out of 9.
He went to the finals 8 times.
8 times. But the thing is, like when he against Golden State, they were like, go ahead. Do everything. That's fine.
Yeah,
we want you to.
Let him score.
That's why Iguodala got the MVP.
He averaged a triple double in the finals.
Yeah, and
still
lost. So I'm like, you pulled the Jerry West. That's great. But I'm just saying, like, we want you to score. Jordan wouldn't allow that shit. It's just different.
I don't know.
It's just different mechanics, different like strategies that were used.
Just the mentalities. Like, I just feel like you used to say, well, I don't think this really applies to LeBron. Knows like. There's certain people that are just never gonna be that extra gear because they didn't grow up with any of that struggle type shit.
It's some people that just ain't got. It's like we call it. He a dog. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you a dog. Like it's something in you where it's just like it's kill or be killed.
But then you see Jordan like he was getting his ass kicked by his brothers. Like I gotta beat this motherfucker because even though his brother was dope. And the same thing. There was a documentary I just saw about Stephon Marbury.
I haven't seen that. The Coney one?
I want to watch it. I haven't watched it.
It's just real good. Like, because you see, like, he had a legacy of people in his family, like, from his older brother to going to college. Like, one of these kids, Marbury kids, has to make it. And then, but he grew up in that environment where it's like, it's kill or be killed type shit. And I don't know, like LeBron, he's pretty much been handed shit since like not handed, but like
he grew up.
He was pegged as like the golden child from like 8th grade type shit.
But I'll say that he has lived up to the expectations.
Oh hell yeah,
he definitely lives to the expectations. I mean, given the circumstances.
Like in his first year, I was like, man, there's no way this kid's like, okay.
No, when I was in Orlando,
he took that Cavalier team to the finals. Like,
right.
Okay.
I was in Orlando when my old man was thinking about buying a house out there. So I worked in the airlines, got some standby tickets. We went, and he was playing against T-Mac, and it was like the first game like on TNT. And I told him I gotta watch this guy play, and he dropped like 30-something points. T-Mac dropped like 40+, but it was like it's T-Mac.
Yeah.
And this kid's at 18 years old, bro, hitting fadeaways on T-Mac. And T-Mac was like 6'9". To me, T-Mac, I thought was like the ultimate shooting guard. Like him and Kobe at that time was like, that was it. It was T-Mac, Kobe.
Yeah.
And I'm like, damn, this dude just dropped 30-something points on T-Mac. I was like, holy shit. 18 years old. I'm like 20-something. I'm like, ugh.
Was he was his the last class to get straight to the NBA from high school?
I think it might have been one more. If not, because that was 03. Maybe like 04.
Maybe
they might have been.
But after that,
Kwame Brown was before or after him? It was before him, right?
He was before him.
Okay.
I'm trying to think who. I can't even think.
But
it was a lot of those out of high school dudes that didn't make it. They didn't last long at all.
The dude that
Kwame Brown. Oh no, because what's the dude from Chicago?
Curry.
Eddie Curry. That wasn't early 2000s. That was like mid 2000s.
Yeah, because Chandler came out from Dominguez.
He was out of high school too. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of what was the last class, but I don't know.
Whenever the NCAA was like, "Hey, we losing money."
Yeah, 1 year only.
That's so fucked up.
We losing money.
What do you think? I mean to cut you off. About we were talking about this earlier about LeBron making that choice with keeping his name on the jersey. What's your?
Because like you know how they have people that like. The NBA is allowing the people to put a message on their jerseys, and like fucking
social.
I think it was Kyle Korver's gonna put like Black Lives Matter instead of Korver on the back of his jersey, and there was a big thing with LeBron saying he's just gonna put James on the back of his jersey.
Said he's not that wasn't his like what was the word he was saying? The paraphrasing of course that's not his main goal. His main objective. He's like he was like saying I'm just gonna keep my name because keeping his name resonates with his goal, and I'm assuming win the championship.
Right.
Right, but I think he's getting somewhat of some flag for not doing it.
Well, he got some flag from the China shit too, like when people were like bad mouthing the dude from the Rockets. I don't know if he was the owner or whatever.
Yeah, it is the owner.
He bad mouthed China the way they were handling the Shanghai protests, and LeBron's like, "What the fuck you doing? There's money out here that you're fucking up this money for everybody else," and everybody's like, "Wait a minute, you're choosing money over to like this
over a cause.
Human rights violations that are happening over there," and then like he got a lot of flack for that shit. And I mean,
Republicans wear Nikes too.
Fucking.
Here's my thing.
Now Republicans buy GOYA.
A lot of them. Like, what is this GOYA?
Dude, nobody knew what the fuck GOYA was, bro. Now they're saying to go away. Like, You know about the GOYA thing?
I saw you post about it.
Do you fuck with GOYA? Do you even know what it is?
I grew up in Logan Square. I'm very, yeah.
So practically Latino.
I mean, basically.
I think that shit was hilarious to me because it's like, there's 50,000 other brands. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not that big of a deal that GOYA said this. Like, there's 50,000 other brands. Then my biggest shit was the people's like, you can just make your own adobo. I'm like, all right. Go buy all the ingredients and tell me that it's cheaper than if you just buy a different brand for $2.99.
I got GOYA cans of beans in the house. I didn't go throw them out. I paid for that motherfucking shit. I get it though. Yeah, he sided with Trump. He's a dun-dun-dun. But is he really a dun-dun-dun? Because I'm like, at the end of the day, do you want anybody who has like capital in the country to go against the president of one of the superpowers of the world? It looks bad, period. I'm pretty sure,
especially people standing right there with him.
Yeah, I'm sure his cabinet, his chief of staff was like, you have to say this. I don't think it's Trump saying, tell that motherfucker to say this. Mm-hmm. He's over there tweeting. I'm telling you, like, you have to say, because it just looks.
I honestly believe
it's perceptive. It's all about imagery and shit.
I think Trump expected anything Trump does, because I think it was for like a Hispanic initiative. Which
it was
bothered me because we just became Latino. Now we got to go back to being Hispanic.
I saw that shit.
Now we're Latinx. Like, goddamn, you know what I'm saying? Like, where are we?
That shit's confusing to me too. I'm like, but why are we changing the vowels and shit?
But my thing is like, all right, so this dude said it, right?
Yeah.
All right, now you can easily fucking just go and buy some other product. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, you don't have to put that much value in what he said because you can even fuck him up. Now it's just like, fuck this guy, blah, blah, blah. I was like, no, he's still entitled to his opinion. As wrong as you may feel that it is, he still has the right to say that shit. And we have the right to buy another product. Yeah. But then also you're hurting the employees of GOYA that, like, I don't know, they actually, I mean, they done good, but at the same time, it's like, man, you don't want to hear that shit right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
With this dude that's got people in fucking cages and all this shit. Like, it was bad.
He's doing
timing.
it for the Latino vote, though. I was just reading that article on Market Watch, and it was saying that, like, 13% of voters are Latinos now, and it's higher than it ever was. So he's trying to get that vote. But I mean,
he got that vote in
2016. He got it, man. So I mean,
all them Cuban, like, Latinos are conservative as fuck, bro. Like, they believe in the church. They believe, you know what I'm saying? Like, all the older ones, they still have these conservative ass values.
Racism, all that. So I feel like, I mean, like,
they got racism too.
This I think we just in a time where we're not accepting that fact that, like you're saying, everybody has the right to their opinion.
Yeah.
And regardless of how you feel and what side of the conversation you on, if you're racist or you don't like a certain group of people, you are entitled to that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? As long as you ain't putting your hands on nobody or whatever, that's just and that's okay.
Yeah.
Like, this group, those are your feelings, and I can respect that, and it's not my job to change your mind.
Right. And I just won't fuck with you. Like, I don't have to fuck with you anymore.
And the fact that I'm not taking sides with it. I think just people need to realize, like, yo, people have opinions, whether you agree with them or not. So when people outside, I like what I don't like. So the counter protesters, the people that's outside, like, oh, all lives matter. Okay, you feel that way. That don't mean go whoop their ass.
Yeah,
because
right.
That don't mean
go
fight.
Attack them.
Yeah. But when you show up holding guns and shit, and you counter protest, that, like, okay, now that's like those bully tactics. Like, now you trying to scare me, and it's like, okay, now that's another conversation. But I think the fact that people are like, oh, this person said this racist shit, and it's just like, okay, they are entitled to their opinion.
Yeah.
And the same way you feel about things, you get to speak your voice. So I feel like just the fact that you're trying to stop somebody from saying how they feel about something is almost the same thing that you're fighting for.
Yeah,
right.
It's almost counterproductive.
And
so it's like what that causes is that person to double down on how they feel, because the minute you attack them, they shut themselves off from learning anything because now they're in defense mode. So they're just sticking to what they know. I'm gonna double down on this shit. Now, if you just fucking talk to somebody who got different points of view and like, all right, we can have a discussion about this, and hopefully that can sway or maybe open your eyes, then that's the easier way to get this person to change their mind. But the minute you attack them, everyone goes in defense mode and they just double down on, like, I'm fucking right. Look at them. They're attacking me.
Yeah.
And they just double down and they dig in harder, and you cannot change that person's mind after that point. Like, there's a certain point where you just cannot fucking change somebody's mind no matter what it is. Like,
unless that person really is willing to have a healthy conversation.
Right. But the minute you attack them, no one's willing to have a healthy conversation
because
anymore.
People come at people hard like that with that shit. Like you're saying, they're trying to, like, push it on them. It's like, you could nullify that and be like, hey, do you mind if I tell you how I feel and why I feel this way? Because there's a reason why I think what you're saying is wrong.
Right.
Like, hear me out first before you, because a lot of people jump to conclusion. You know, and I work with white people, you know, and they're like, I like when they try to justify how they feel, you know, and they try to explain it to me. And, you know, of course, I'm not black, but I am brown. So they're feeling like, well, he's a little lighter shade, so I think he'll understand me. And I'd be like, no, I don't understand what you're saying, bro. Like, like I get it, but like some guy sent me a chat. He's like, oh yeah, like, you know, because it was a black lady that works in there. Where there was like a little issue. He's like, oh, Black Lives Matter. I'm like, no, it does. I was like, yeah, it does matter, bro. But that's irrelevant. Thank you. Moving on forward to the fucking shit that happened at work. And it's like they try to like bait me, like, yeah, like this bullshit, right? I'm like, no,
or like, how come you don't protest them killing themselves? And like,
and that's that conversation. Even the idea. Okay, the fact that when black people do something, it's black on black crime. But when other people kill each other, it's never.
It's unsolved mysteries, bro. It's fucking forensic files. Like, it's a fucking 30-minute story.
Right.
Not 48.
But I'm just. Yes. But there is no label to that.
No.
When Latinos kill Latinos, it's just, it was a crime committed.
Yeah.
But I feel like to create like this, black on black crime. So now if you say black on black crime, that's a thing, and now that's ammunition for me to defend whatever happens to black people. A cop did something, but when it's black on black crime, it's not an issue. It's like, no, crime happens.
It's a crime.
Right. It was a crime, and people kill who they're in proximity to.
Exactly.
Yes.
Like, people don't leave one side of the city to go kill somebody on the other side of the city, and then it's like, if that's the case, then you say it was a black on Latino crime. It was a white on, you know what I'm saying? Like, why is this thing have a label on it?
Right. I mean, motherfuckers get murdered in Humboldt Park all the goddamn time. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're and you don't.
They just call that gang violence.
Now it's gang violence.
It's just gang violence. Yep. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, but everything is justifiable, and I feel like if you watch the news and you watch the news that suits your opinion, it's going to justify things in a way that makes you okay with injustices that happen.
Yeah.
So you watch the news, you'd be like, oh, that person was resistant. Oh, that person was this, that person was that. So if you just do this, then things will be fine. It's like, okay, if you just watch it, if this is what you believe.
Yeah.
Now when somebody says Black Lives Matter, it's like, no, all lives matter because this person is wrong and this is why.
How?
I can't change your mind.
Yeah.
Right.
So if you say all lives matter, you know what? I don't need to talk to you anymore.
Right.
So the conversation, there's no conversation.
Exactly.
So
It's done. Like,
you believe
it's really done right there.
You believe that? Hey, it's cool. We don't have to say no words.
Yeah.
We don't have to. We don't have to. I was my girlfriend. Her father is white, and I was talking to him like 2 weeks ago. He was like, "Yeah, man, all this stuff is just crazy, man. I just wish like it was like it was back in the day, like Leave It to Beaver." And I was like,
no.
But I'm saying
segregation. But I want my own water fountain again, bro.
but do you see what I'm saying? In his mind, he's not even thinking,
because it was good for him.
It was good for him, and it was just like, and I had to just laugh. I was like, you do know what was going on in the fucking 50s, right? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But no, you didn't know what was going on in the 50s because shit was in your favor. So you didn't have the shit that people are arguing about. You just like, man, why can't we just take it back to the good old days what niggas did what they was told to do, and everybody had, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, but you know what I'm saying? Things have been good for you, so you just like, man, why are we shaking up things? Why is it? It's just like, no, because it needs to be.
It needs to
like,
be, man.
I think I was telling you about an idea I had about a skit where it was like, hey, I want to have a 60s party. And we're thinking hippies. And they're like, no, 62. So all the black people are just in the kitchen, like drinking out of one little cooler. And everyone else is having a good time. Like, oh, no, we want the early, like 60, not long ago.
No.
Like, there's motherfuckers that are still alive from the
my mother was born in 66.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And I guarantee you she still had to deal with something. You know, it wasn't like, 64 segregation ended.
You can still deal with that shit now. Obviously, you can see in the media. But I was just talking to my daughter. We were driving to Wooddale, right? And I just saw this Twitter video about this guy explaining how old systemic racism is. So we're driving through the suburbs, and I was like, did you know? I was like, suburbs were initially built for white people.
Yeah, they wanted to get away from.
She's like, I kind of knew that. I was like, yeah, well, she lives in the suburbs, right? I was like, did you know that? So whoever was in the suburbs couldn't sell to black people, to minorities. You know, like, did you know that? Like, it was illegal. She's like, no, I didn't know. Do you know what that's called? She's like, no, that's called systemic racism. She's 14. Yeah. So I drop little gems and shit, then I just keep driving. You know, like, I let that shit marinate. She's like, what the fuck? What just happened?
She don't even talk.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, yes. But I'm like, But just listening to the guy tell me, I'm like, yeah, that's true. But you don't think about it because you like you said, you people live in a form of conforming. Like
there's a bubble.
I'm happy right here.
Right.
But I like to do that shit just to let her know. I'm like, hey, I know you live in a suburb, but we couldn't before. And if you think about it, everyone around you doesn't look like you. Mm-hmm. So when think about that. Because I like to let her know, like, I think these kids, like, they don't see it yet, and that's good. But in a way, like, you have to let them know, like, there's shit going outside, like you said, outside of your bubble. Mm-hmm. Be aware of it. Be fucking woke about it and shit.
Yeah.
I don't really care. I don't care for. God damn, you just said something. I lost it that fast. But the fuck, I just lost this shit.
Being woke.
No, you said
Calvin Evans also smoked his first joint ever.
no, it's in the curtains. This shit is no, but I just don't. I feel like when you say like, I don't feel like it's necessary for anybody to know everything about what other people go through.
Okay.
I think just being understanding, because when you say, like, when somebody like, oh, I'm woke, it's like, yeah, you woke because you read some shit or you learned something.
Yeah.
But you don't really understand the experience. So for me, I think it's most important to understand that you're not going to fully understand it and respect whatever you're saying. So if you're telling me something about where you come from and your people, I can't be like, yeah, I know, and your fight, and I read this and I read. It's like, but I'll never know what it's like to be what your people, what they went through and what they are. So, but I can respectfully say, I'll gracefully bow, but respect whatever your feelings are about that thing. Because there's some people that's just like, no, I know exactly what it's like. Yeah. But you don't though.
Yeah, you're right.
And at the end of the day, you're not gonna die for this.
I mean, either way, like,
you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what it come down to.
Right,
like, I appreciate the allies. I appreciate people speaking up, but it's just like at the end of the day,
allies can just go back to where they came from.
Yeah.
You're put in a situation, like a life and death situation.
Yo,
you don't.
Too rich for my blood.
Like we talked about, like, 100% Puerto Rican. I was born in Puerto Rico. When I walk out of my house, I don't have the same fears that you do going out of your house, right? But I can see that I can completely understand, like, damn, that, like, and I can see things, and I'm like, all right, I understand your problem, like, I'm with you on that shit. But that doesn't mean, like, when I walk out of my house, I don't fear the cops, like something might happen to me this day because of just I'm light skinned, like, in passing, oh, there goes Sinbad, you know what I'm saying, like, like just quick glimpse,
should pull him over, get an autograph.
But like, I can't imagine being a black dude driving in the suburbs and then having to fear the entire time, like a cop car passes by and that motherfucker pulling, busting the U-turn. Like my friend Antoine, you know Antoine.
Yeah, I know Antoine. Yeah,
that motherfucker got a ticket for drive with the seat back too low, and then they tried, but they tried to say also, like, his seatbelt wasn't securely fastened. Here's the thing though. He drove a Cadillac. The seatbelt was built into the seat, so if the seat reclined,
the seatbelt's with him too.
It wasn't like on a pillar. It wasn't on the pillar. And he's like, "Well, what the fuck you want me to do? Don't matter." You know what I'm saying? Like, it was something that minor that they saw, or motherfuckers get pulled over because they had an air freshener hanging off their thing.
What are air fresheners supposed to hang from?
I don't know. Maybe
in my life, they've never not been on the river.
But a cop can justify pulling you over because they think that it's obscuring your view. And that's what I'm saying. Like, me personally, I don't have that fear. But I know for a black dude, if he has fucking 2 air fresheners, oh no, now next thing you know, you're getting pulled over because you're obstructing view, and the cops are within their fucking rights to do that. And it's like, that's fucked up. Like, that's just one of the things where it's like,
up, dude. It's totally fucked up, man.
It's one of those things where, like, you get to a certain point, you just have to listen to people telling you what's going on, because if enough people are saying this, there's no way it could be bullshit. I'm sorry, like, there's not like black people. All right, this is what we're gonna do.
I mean, look at
like this is what we're gonna say.
This the narrative.
All right, this is the narrative we're gonna paint.
All the changes that has happened, like even with the whole the Washington football team now, like they're changing that, and even though the owner it was brought to the owner before, like, hey man, that name's fucking super racist, and it was just now that he's like got his back against the wall, it's like.
Yeah, because FedEx.
I was like, fuck, I guess I'll do it and shit,
FedEx pulled the money from the rights. Nike pulled the jerseys and shit off the website. So they're like, it fucked with their money. And that's the only way to get change is fuck with their money. All right.
The thing that upsets me is that everything around it is being done, but not the thing that needs to be done. The main thing. Because when you talk about systemic racism,
they took Aunt Jemima off the.
You see what I'm saying? Like, these are like visual, like psychological reminders that is subtle. You know what I'm saying? Like my joke about black Band-Aids. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like it's psychological terrorism where it's just like, oh, oh, you'll be all right, but you'll never be right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that's not what I'm asking for. You know what I'm saying? Like I can live with that. But we're talking about fix the fucking system.
Yeah.
Hey, all right, okay, we're not selling those jerseys no more. Okay, but fix the fucking system.
Hey, we took Paw Patrol off TV, and now, hey, every black character that's being voiced by a white dude. Nope, we can't. Like we're like,
it's like you come to me and be like, yo, I'm starving. I need some food, man. Everybody in here fucking eating. Why I ain't got no food? And you like, hey, look, man. We gonna get you some nice plates. We gonna get you some napkins. You are absolutely right, and we recognize that you're not being treated fairly. We gonna get him some new.
Yeah. Here's some condiments. Like
give him a menu.
It's like that. If you might get fucking feed me,
if you might get food, but here's some barbecue sauce. Like here's some ketchup or some shit like that.
That's just to pacify the masses.
And that shit is just like, oh, everybody. It's like I don't give a fuck that you just woke up.
Yeah.
Fix the fucking. If you woke, just fix the problem.
Yeah, man. Change that shit, bro. That's what it boils down to, man.
I fucking hate that word ally, man. It's like, to me, you stay like an ally can just leave whenever the fuck they want. And like, if you don't speak for anybody else, listen and fucking play your role in the background, whatever you can, and then just let them motherfucking talk. Don't come on like, I'm super woke and this. I'm like, no, I'm not listening to you.
Yeah,
because you don't.
Once
don't
you
know.
say that, you lost all credibility. Don't say that.
It's like the dude that went to jail and read the Quran and came out. See, what we got to do is we got to stop. It's just like, dude, you just learned this shit.
Yeah.
Now you excited about it because you feel like you can educate somebody else with shit. It's like, no, you still continue learning.
Yeah,
quietly.
right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And then show me that you learned this thing. Don't just say it. And like, live your life the way that you're preaching this shit, and then I'll believe you. But up until then, I feel like a lot of shit is just fucking standing behind a cause is a cool thing to do now. It's like fucking, they call it the woke mob, and it's like it's fucking crazy. Like, I don't know, man. I get frustrated with them people. It's just like, come on, man. You've
been here this long.
You're fighting too hard for something that you could have been doing earlier. You know what I'm saying? Like so you just learned about it now. Now I'm behind you 100%. Like, no, you're not. Like, you knew this shit was going on because they've always talked about it.
Mm-hmm.
And then you were ignorant. Then you have to see the fucking animal kneel on a dude's neck for 8 minutes. Then it's like, wow.
This what they was talking about?
Yeah. My bad.
Why are they rioting? Like, but it's fucking frustration. Like, this is years.
See, but I was hating that shit too. And people were like, oh, the rioters. I'm like, they're protesters, bro. Like, like, come on, man.
So,
like,
I think the thing that I think a lot of people don't not realizing is that the police are the bottom of they are literally like the bottom of the totem pole. It's like the mailman. They like the mailman of the problem, right? It's like if your mail don't come, you mad at the mailman.
That's because you see them every day.
Because that's the last person you see. You like, yo, I don't know.
Don't kill the messenger.
I don't know who the fuck sent this. So police officers are literally doing a job, and they're doing a job in a way that they're allowed to do the job. So we mad at the police. Oh, it's fucked up. It's like, no, the police, yes, there may be some racist police officers. It's some motherfuckers. But it's like the system set it up so they can be allowed to do these things. So we out here fighting police. Oh, fuck the police. The police doing this. This is like, they are literally, they are the lowest common denominator that's the closest to us. We have to. The problem is all the way up here.
To government.
So if we saying, oh, the police is like the police. They are literally just doing a fucking job, and they doing it in a way that
they're in a bad place too.
Right. That's why I always preach, like, motherfuckers worried about, Bernie Sanders gonna run, do this. I'm like, but what about the aldermen or the fucking judges that you got to vote, that you can vote for and direct change? Like, they're legit people that can direct the outcome, because like cops arrest a motherfucker and then it's on to a judge that has to get this motherfucker. He gets 30 years. Why? Because he had an ounce of weed on him. You know what I'm saying? Like. But then a white dude gets caught with an ounce of cocaine. He's like, we'll give him probation. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's things in there you can vote motherfuckers out. Like, that's where the change really needs to come. It's like on the local level. Like, get these fucking like corrupt aldermen that are fucking just not doing their job, just collecting a paycheck, all types of shit. And then don't like baby steps. Like you said, the fucking police. Yeah, that's who we see. That's the fucking front end of it. But there's a bunch of motherfuckers behind them that are enabling the cops to do this.
That's what they keep pushing voters, man, to come out and actually vote.
Legit the only way to fucking do it.
In
that president voting for the president is almost a joke at this point.
It is, right?
At this point, it's like, you the face of the operation. You the head. You the CEO of the operation. You fucking Ronald McDonald.
Yeah.
Of the shit.
Yeah. It's funny because in Hong Kong they just had like a record amount of people coming out. 610,000 people voted because they want pro-democracy, right? And it was like a record-setting a number of people to come out, and they showed videos on Twitter, just lines. And then the Chinese Communist Party, of course, are shutting down polls and shit like that. And they were like, no, people just came out to vote. And I was just amazed. I'm like, damn, it's like 600,000 people came out to vote. I'm like, man, why can't we do that? But then I was talking to my fiance. I'm like, but our options suck. Like, I don't want Trump to continue. But then the option is Biden. But I'm like, there's the pedophile shit. I'm like, well, fuck that guy. And then there's fucking Chi-Town's fucking own Yeezy. I'm like, but I like Yeezy and shit. Like,
vote for Kanye.
I'm like, if he gets his paperwork, I'm like, me and James are pro Ye, man. I'm like,
if another random celebrity gets picked, then that legitimate, like,
do you see what that's the dilemma though?
The president is dead. Like, there's
might be
no political background.
Nothing, man.
It's like, but this shit is crazy.
Yeah, but he just released a song about his mom called Donda.
I gotta check it out.
I haven't checked it out, but yeah,
I definitely gotta check it out. I like.
And I said that. Remember, James said the last podcast, we were like, he always does that shit. We got some new.
He's a
music
genius.
And I say he's a fucking
marketing genius.
Then the report comes out like, oh, he might be stuck in another bipolar episode. It's like, all right, now
he knows exactly.
That's a superpower.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know. Where are we at on time, James?
We're at 1:24.
Oh
man,
shit.
Dangerously close.
That's good.
It's I'm gonna say this. It's very easy to get shot by the cops.
Yeah, because motherfuckers are scared.
And I'm gonna tell this quick because we was talking about it, and I remembered it. So me and Mark Henderson, we in L.A. We shooting a skit. Where he's pretending to be a police officer, and I'm in the car with another female comedian. So she doesn't know I'm in the back seat, but he's like, "Ma'am, you got to get out the car. I need you to start." She started roasting Mark, so she roasted him. "Oh, you short? You half a cop or whatever." So we shooting this, and he got like a toy gun and a little fake thing. So somebody calls the police, and they say, "Oh, somebody out there with a gun," right? So we get in the car. We about wrapping up, and I see a police car kind of creep by, and they like kind of looking, and then they drive off. And I'm just from Chicago. I'm like, oh no, they gonna come back.
Yeah,
they finna come back.
Yeah.
So we like, all right, let's wrap it up. All right, we done here. So we get out the car and we start walking to my car, and the squad car comes up. Stop right there. Hey, Mark Henderson, right away. Hey, we were shooting a skit. I have a fake gun. I have a fake gun in my bag. I just want to let y'all know we were shooting a skit. We comedians. Okay, all right, just hand me the bag. All right, and we need y'all to go stand over there. So we go stand and we like facing the wall. So at this point, like fucking 5 cop cars pull up. So we like, all right. I'm
always back up.
So because somebody reported that somebody had a gun, so I completely understand. I understand, but at this point, I'm like, whatever they say, just do the shit. Because I watch people, I'll be like, damn, just do what the police say and just get to stay alive. So I'm standing on the wall, and then another cop just comes out of nowhere. All right, like they literally like they handed off this procedure to like a rookie or some shit like that, and he just comes like super aggressive. All right. Put your hands on your head. I'm like, man, why you? I'm like, so at this point, I'm like, hey, why you yelling? Like, we doing everything. Put your hands behind your head. All right, I put my hand in my hand. Lock your face. I'm like, you didn't say like and now I feel myself like now I'm talking back now
because you're defending like I'm doing what you're saying
because I'm getting upset. I'm like, yo, why the fuck are you talking to me like this?
Exactly.
I did. I'm doing everything. Like we didn't take off running. We was very upfront.
No resistance.
With y'all.
Anything.
I stood. Get down on the ground. Get down. I'm like, at the time I had just like hurt my knee. It was like a few months after that, so I can't bend my knee. So I'm like, yo, I can't. I'm like, I cannot sit down there. Get down on the ground. So at this point, the female comic, she was kind of parked a little further up the street. She probably was on her phone, not paying attention. She gets out the car. Hey, she black. Hey, no, we comedians. She says the same thing, Marcus. We was just shooting a skit. We comedians. Ma'am, stay right there. If you do not want to get shot, stay right.
What the fuck? Are you kidding me, bro?
So at this point, I'm like, man, what the fuck? Like, I'm at this point, like, I'm beside myself.
Exactly.
What the fuck do you mean shot? Why are you even talking about shooting somebody? Like, why is your gun out?
Why would you say
why
that?
Are you?
Yeah.
So now, and Mark Henderson like, man, just calm down. And like, I'm literally like out of my mind because I don't have a problem with authority. But the way it's like playing out, and I can see
I'm problem with bullies.
Right, I can see how shit quit. Like this cop literally escalated the situation to a point where it's just like now, if you come and you trying to put handcuffs on me, now I'm like, yo, I'm not going to jail. I didn't do shit, and that quickly turns us to now you resist arrest.
But like, why am I under arrest? Because you can't resist unless you are under arrest, and you have no reason arrest me. Like
so
that's
is
one of the things. Like,
worth it, like knowing your rights, because you could actually say it's like, hey, you're getting under arrest. I'm like, what's the cause? Like
they don't give a fuck.
You're right.
And
they're not. And that's the thing. Like you could say that, hey, you gotta read the Miranda rights. Shut the fuck up. And
that's what a lot of times you watch videos on online. You see somebody like, am I under arrest? Step out the vehicle. Am I under arrest?
Yeah.
Sir, and now they putting their hands on you, and now you like, yo, am I under arrest? Stop resisting arrest. Why am I under arrest? And now you fucking on the ground and all this.
Yeah, you're in the wrong.
Reminds me
you're in the wrong.
of that shit that happened in I think it was Arizona, like in a hotel room, like a hotel hallway.
Man,
where the dude was on the ground. They literally told him like crawl towards us, and then his pants start falling. So he reaches back to pull his pants up, and then the cops just fucking light him up. He's like, if you don't fucking do, I'm talking like legit, get on the ground, get on your stomach, put your feet down, move your hands like this, and it was basically Simon Says, and they still lit his ass, and they had fucking AR-15. They light this kid up.
The dude was fucking crying.
That's sad.
He was crying. He's like basically like, yo, I don't want to. I'm doing everything you ask. Like
he didn't
this
know what to
motherfucker.
do.
And this motherfucker on his fucking stomach and shit just shot him up.
Yeah, because he went back to put his pants were falling. He was crawling through the hallway, and I think he had jogging pants on or some shit, and they were just coming down. So he reached back, and the minute he reached back, pop, 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 and it's like,
didn't that cop get off too?
Yeah, they let him go because it's one of those things where it's like it's your word against it, and it's like
yeah.
But the sad shit is that this dude is literally like, yo. But the way the officer was talking to him, it was just like, why are you talking? Yeah. You could have said, get out. You easily get on the ground, put your hands behind the back, and somebody go over there and cuff you.
Right.
These motherfuckers
I got
showed
you
up.
covered.
They showed up with fucking big. I'm talking. They shot
ARs,
big fucking guns, like
AR-15s, bro.
And my problem always is like, why do y'all? If somebody calls me as a police officer and say we have reports of this, obviously you show up with the expectations of that. But when you get there, it's not that.
Why are you not diffused?
Why are you? If somebody called and be like, hey, I saw a black dude walk down the street. He had 2 missiles. He had 2. It said USSR on him. He had 2.
USSR.
Sir, put the missiles down. Yo, I ain't got no missiles. Put the fucking missiles down.
Yeah, I'm like this.
Yo, how the fuck would I be walking around with missiles? You know what I'm saying? Like if I show up and I see some shit and it's not what it is. Hey, they down there beating somebody up. Oh, I ain't fighting nobody.
Yeah. What happened though after?
So eventually, like they came over and they put us in cuffs, and they was like they took our IDs and they both ran to see if we had like priors or whatever, and then like we standing in handcuffs. I'm livid.
Yeah.
And the cops come over there, and I'm like, and they like, hey, look, you know, we have a lot of people that commute to this area to commit crimes from different neighborhoods. So when we got the call about the guns, you know, we want to take precautions and shit. I'm just like, yeah. I'm like, you're saying all this, but what you're not saying is, hey, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry that
Apologize.
it went there. Cause I'm like, and I looked this one. I was like, is he new? Is he like fresh out the academy? Because it felt like somebody was like
trying to impress people.
Yeah.
It was
I
like,
gotta prove a point.
It was like be assertive. Like the fact that they handed it off. All right, all right. Need you.
Like when you work at cashiers, all right, no, you handle this.
It's on you. And
I showed you how to use the system. Go ahead.
And he showed up with all right, be assertive, be demanding, make sure they're doing everything you said. And I feel like that's a cop. I can, as police officer, you can say whatever the fuck you want to a cop, without a threat, as long as you're doing what they're saying.
Yeah.
As long as you're doing it, get on the fucking ground, you punk motherfucker, garbage ass motherfucker. As long as I'm doing what I can say what the fuck I want to you, because I have freedom of speech. But as long as I'm following what you're saying,
bullies don't like that, bro.
Do you see what I'm saying? But that's what I'm saying. The fact that he showed up and it's just like this, and that's what I'm saying. This is what he was taught to do, and he was allowed to do in a way that, you know what I'm saying? Like,
so he was taught to say that shit.
But he was enabled by all the people around him, because there had to have been a more experienced cop that might have recognized what the fuck was going on and like, hey, calm down, Rook. You know what I'm saying? Like, there should have been that dude.
Right. Because
like the shit that happened in fucking in Atlanta with the dude that got shot in the Wendy's. Like, there should have been a dude who's like, all right, like you're ramped up.
In all of those cases,
we can legit park
this
this fucking car. We got his information. Look, we know who he is.
Two things could have happened in that. That video was like 40 minutes long.
Yeah.
He's drunk.
Yeah.
He's clearly drunk. You know he's drunk.
Yeah.
2 things. Hey, get out of here. We're going to take you where you going, or we're going to take you to jail, put you in the drunk tank till you sober up. We might write you a fucking warning or a citation.
Citation and shit.
Okay.
Yeah, right.
They talked to this motherfucker for 40 minutes. For 40 minutes. Then when he gave him a breathalyzer, he did the breathalyzer. They didn't say, hey, you blew this. The guy looks at it, pushed the shit on his belt. Never says, hey, you blew this. Looked at the breathalyzer, put the shit on the belt and said, what did you have to drink? I don't know. why are you talking to him for 40 minutes?
Yeah, there was no need for all that.
You see what I'm saying? And then if somebody's obviously drunk, and this man he said to you multiple times, "Hey, I don't want to get in any trouble. I can walk. I can leave my car here." He's steady saying all these options. I just want to get home to my kids. I just all this shit. He's drunk. And then you out of nowhere you say, "All right, we're gonna take you in." He drunk. I don't want to go to jail. And then he proceeds the most uncoordinated ass arrest I've ever seen in my life. He proceeds to disarm 2 police officers and get away. And then you shoot a man in the back as he's running towards other cars in the fucking busy.
You could hit anybody.
And it's just like you could have fucking killed somebody if your aim on shit. And you didn't. And a drunk person is running away and there's no harm to anybody.
And you know exactly who he is. You know where he lives. You have his car.
Everything.
You have. He's gonna run off into the street. Maybe he might hurt himself, but I think you could just legally just jogged after him.
But
he
would
have fallen.
He's gonna trip anyway.
He would have fallen.
In that moment, you had to think, we just got handled by a drunk. Two police officers just got handled by a drunk motherfucker.
And I guarantee that's pissed him off.
I can't go back to the station and say, what happened to the suspect?
Yeah.
Oh, he fucking wrestled us down on some Hulk Hogan shit. Like, I'm not like that. When I say that, the only word I can use is that was the most uncoordinated shit I've ever seen in my life.
They couldn't get a hold of him.
2 police officers with a drunk fucking suspect.
And they,
you drunk? Get out! Shit! I'm shooting this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like that's your only recourse. Like, oh, he embarrassed us in some capacity. So now, fuck it.
He became a cop because he was getting picked on in high school. Now he's gonna go back to the fucking precinct and get picked on again. He's like, not today.
But it's like, dude, but in that situation, why are you talking to somebody for? It's like a kid. Did you do this? I did. Look, you did. Why the fuck am I gonna keep talking to a kid when I know? Yeah. I know. Yes, you did it.
Right.
Either you're in trouble or don't do the shit again.
Mm-hmm.
I was you, and then we had came, and then we. So then what happened? And all right, tell me the story all over again. Yeah. And then we kept. I'm the stupid one at this point.
That's just cruel. Yeah.
I'm fucking stupid at this point. Stop.
I can't talk to a drunk person for more than 5 minutes, and they fucking try to talk to 40. Like, what were you hoping to gain from that conversation?
How bored were you, man? So he'd be like talking to that motherfucker that long. Like, what was your main goal
anytime I see
here?
a cop standing
with the fucking fingers underneath, like, oh yeah.
Yeah, get out of here, dude.
He's done. All right, I think we're done. Are we good? Where are we at?
Oh, we good, man.
Calvin Evans.
Hey,
thank you so much for sticking around.
Yeah, man,
I know you did a podcast earlier,
out,
but and I ain't seen you in a minute, so it's good to catch up.
No, man, it was a good conversation, man.
Yeah,
Thank
man.
y'all. Thank y'all for having me.
Where can they follow you and find you?
At Calvin Evans Comedy on Instagram. That's why I mostly post that. Calvin Evans on everything else. Calvin Evans on Facebook. Calvin Evans _ on Twitter, and then at Calvin Evans Comedy you can catch me.
And you're performing when you perform?
Yeah, where you at this weekend?
I'm gonna be at the. I'm doing my buddies on Wednesday. I'm closing out that show. Then I'm at the Comedy Bar for 3 shows Friday and Saturday.
Oh, that's what's up, man. Yeah. You got your show this week,
and then,
too?
I got 2 shows this week. Thursday sold out. We still got tickets for Wednesday, so hit up MikeyOComedy.com.
Yep, I'll be hosting on Wednesday night, too, with Abi. So.
Yeah, and it's all Corona jokes. I got
it's that Rona.
It's an hour and a half of just every internet meme you've seen.
It's a fucking slideshow.
I'm doing all the material I can remember.
Yes, sir.
The best you can.
And the best I can. You guys are gonna enjoy it. It's don't worry about being out. I mean, it's gonna be outside. We got social distancing, masks, all that good shit, right?
Yes,
same thing happened
sold
at the Comedy
out,
Bar.
Right?
On Thursday, it sold out. Wednesday, we still got some tickets left.
All right.
But other than that, man, thank y'all for listening. Thanks again to Calvin Evans. Sticking around.
Thanks, Calvin.
I'm Abi Sanchez.
ESL.
And I'm Calvin Evans, the unofficial 3rd member of the.
Anytime he's back in Chicago, you're welcome on the show, bro. All right.
Alienated podcast coming soon.
Oh man, podcast. Peace out, y'all.